Wrong hand. Hi, it's me, Unhinged. Welcome. Welcome back. Brand new. Almost brand new. Batch 1, Jufule, Mr. Fool, and Mr. Pudding. Who I am increasingly starting to think is actually the same guy who is running the Jufule store. I don't think they're different people. This one guy is the random on the storefront. He can say whatever the hell he wants and whatever he feels. And the other guy has an actual username attached to him, so he's a little more pleasant. So it's either a case of multiple personality disorder, or they are two different people, and fuck do I know. Dude's in China. I'm over here in North America. In good old Kanukistan. Snow, Mexico. Holy fuck. I fucked with this thing for a while. And I stole the back spacer screws for my Fancy Factor. Because they're the same size. And the Fancy Factor is getting a whole hell of a lot more use and looks better with it. This one, who cares? Plain Jane. Fucking user. First generation Rosie clone. Mine had issues. I'm not going to go over them. I went over them in posts and other videos. I think my first video. These aren't running skiffs at the moment. They do fit a 6mm, whatever mini ball skiffs those are. These are just running the bent cage brass ceramic bearings that they come with. I have a clear favorite at the moment, and it is actually the newest. That one right there. But people have talked about this. People have talked about this. And this one was damn near perfect out of the box. I didn't tweak it at all. I didn't have to adjust anything. I cleaned it. I lubed it. I threw her back together. And that's how she is. Bonnie, beauty. I love this milling. Not really a huge fan of the blue anno, but you can't touch it. So, whatever. Strong enough light. That blue anno kind of disappears. And just makes it radiant a little more. This thing takes hella good photos, though. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Batch 2, 1030. Batch 1, 0237. That's even if these numbers mean a damn thing at all anyway. And batch 3, 1144. Zigzag. Ziggy. Get ziggy with it. Gorgeous. Perfect milling everywhere. Not one flaw that I can detect. I've been over this thing. I've been looking at it. I've been trying my damnedest to spot a bad part of the pattern anywhere. I can't find it. Incredible. This is better milling even than the Fancy Factor. The blade's also different. These two here are almost the same. This one is the thickest by far behind the edge. The blade stock on all these three is pretty much the same with your usual margin of error, which is let's get back here. $11.75. There we go. This one's actually a little thicker. And almost back to the batch 1 blade thickness, 11D85. Maximum. I love those calipers. Get rid of that. So there are differences between the batches. These ones are mostly similar. There is a small change to the blade grind on this one. This one is the thickest. I haven't measured it, but it is thicker behind the edge than any of these. This one was better, a lot better. It was, jeez. Let me see here. Don't fall off the edge. About that at the heel. I think it got thicker at the tip. Yeah, and about that. I might be a little high up. Yeah. Where does it start to fall? About 20. This one is weird. It's about 18-ish thou at the back, and then it widens up or thickens up to 20 at the tip. Little bit of a wonky grind on that, but it still cuts like a son of a bitch, and the tip is really strong. This thing and this thing have a lot in common. They're not quite the same kind of behind the edge sliciness, but compared to most other knives, this thing is a sheet of paper. This thing is nuts. This is, at my best measurement, I'm not going to do it right now, is like just under 10 thou. It's like 9.8, 9.85 at the heel. And it goes up to 10.5. Fuck it. If we're doing this, do it right. Oh, I was wrong. Right about 15-ish at the tip. Fucking 0.9. Holy, oh fuck. This thing is a slicing monster. This one ain't far behind. It is right about 14.5. Little high. There you go, 14 thou at the heel. Fourteen 5 at the belly. Twelve 5 13 at the tip. The blade is also longer on the new one, the batch 3. It's more like the genuine. It comes out further. You can see there. The tip extends further. And the grind is much better. The swedge on the batch 3 is better. It's tall. It's a taller swedge. And it extends just a little bit more forward, so it's a little shorter technically. But it is a better swedge than the batch 2. And the batch 1 just sucked. Not even going to compare. Not worth comparing. But the biggest difference here is this blade. If y'all think that this one was slicey, this one's better. Plain better. Thinner behind the edge. Means the blade's going to be a little bit lighter too. I haven't taken it out and weighed it. But it actually feels lighter and it sounds lighter. But it's got great sound to it. I've lightened the detent bar, the lock bar pressure on mine a bit. I had fucking strong lock stick out of the box, and it was locking up nearly 50%. And it doesn't need to at all. It's right there now. Oh, geez. 20-ish%. Solid. Solid. Mostly fall shut with a little shake shut. Detent ball is still wearing path into the blade, and the bearings are still wearing a path into the blade and the washers. Like I said, brand new. Out of the box today. less than 3 hours in my hand. I haven't had to Loctite this pivot yet. That is another major change over this batch 2 and the batch 1. The batch 2 and the batch 1, the pivot just, you have to either Loctite it or put a dot of super glue under the cap to knot on the threads to keep this damn screw from backing out. I've had this in hand just playing with it constantly. Solid. Nothing. Mine has tiny amount of pivot lash, but it's acceptable. It doesn't move at all. It doesn't rattle. This is the best out of box experience after taking the pressure off that lock bar that I've had outside of this, with basically the same issue. Too much lock bar pressure. This has been in my pocket. It's full of lint right now and it needs to be cleaned. Otherwise, it is just so buttery, deadly. Once this runs in, it is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. One more generation of this from Jufule, which I believe that they are getting the same manufacturing group that does Tucson to do. And they farm out some of their stuff to Best Tech, actual and proper. Political situation aside, if you can get your hands on one of these for under $100 or around there, I've seen people putting them up. Not this one. There's a dude right now who's done like a teal blue and purple anno on a batch 2 radial frag, and it's gorgeous. I think he wants like $175 for that, which is justifiable for sure. It's been customized. It's not original owner, but anodizing is work. And I will pay for extra work done on stuff. If y'all seen that on the forums over there on Reddit, Chinese knives. I just saw that today. This thing, you could do some crazy NO on this. I'd like to see this done in black, the manganese oxide, whatever it's called. that would just be sex. With those machined, perfectly machined screws as contrast. But it looks gorgeous as is. I think the blade hole is a little different too. I think it's just a bit bigger. On the batch 3. I don't know. I think so. I think it is. I think it is just a bit bigger. It gets closer to the lock bar there, to the frame and the belly of the blade hole. Yeah, they enlarged the blade hole in this batch as well. Which is going to further reduce weight of the blade as well. Bringing it closer and closer to the real deal. Not that I've held the real deal or have any desire to go out and purchase the real deal of the Rosie. This thing has me thinking hard about getting an FSD or an FSDI. If Mr. Pudding is going to do an FSDI, yeah, the button liner lock variant of this thing, not this thing, of the FSD, one, I will get the clone, and two, it might actually be my first machine assisted mid-tech that I go out and spend big money on outside of a Stitch. But that's a whole different league. I've had my eye on a actual custom Stitch, not this. I want one badly. I will have one day. But not today. Today, you can get the next best thing to the true real deal in this package right here. This thing is smooth and grippy in every direction. This one is a bit slick back here and very grippy at the pivot. You can see I got some finger junk on there. Anyway, this one was great until this. Holy crap. This is how this is supposed to feel. The golf putter milling, that like double Doppler one as well, are ones that I want to get. But holy fuck. This thing just plays with light. Anyway, there you go. I've been going on for almost half an hour. It's been pretty much 25 minutes. Bye.